What's up, Buttercup? Welcome back to my channel. Today's tag is the Writers Not Writing tag, created by the scribe of sci fantasy. Thank you so much for creating this fun tag. And I wasn't tagged by anyone in particular, but Emma Bennett brought this video to my attention, and I'm gonna do it no matter what. The first question is, do you have a day job? And yes, I do. I'm administrative assistant for a big company, but I do telework, so there's that. I don't know why I said it like that. I am really privileged to be able to telework. I have driving anxiety. I can say that I can drive to five different locations. Very proud of myself. Big round of applause. It used to be a driving phobia, and I got it down to driving anxiety, and I can go to 5 places. Fantastic. But that's still extremely limiting. So I'm just really happy that for the past 3.5 years and counting that I can work from home. It saves a lot of time, money, energy, especially anxious energy from having to, I don't even know, go out into the real world and try and drive to work and back. No, that's not for me. But I don't know if that will last much longer, and that sucks. But yes. Number 2, are you a reader? Of course I am. Y'all know that I am. If you're new here, I'm 90% booktube, 10% authortube. Number 3, what are your other hobbies? Hiking, baking, those are big ones. Not writing, that's kind of the job. Small business, I should say. My husband and I love watching movies and TV together, and we talk about that all the time. Like, I have a Letterboxd account, however you pronounce that, Letterboxd, whatever. I have an account for that, and like, I don't usually write out movie reviews, just like I don't really write out book reviews, but I just really enjoy the art of film. Just like I love the art of music and the art of literature. I think those are my top 3 favorite artistic forms. So, what else? I don't really have anything else. I used to color, but then like my perfectionist side of me and a little bit of my OCD, which yes, I'm diagnosed with OCD, so this is a legitimate problem, was really obsessing over the coloring books and making it perfect, and like it just got tiring. It wasn't fun anymore. So then I stopped doing that, but I still have coloring books and I don't know what to do with them. It's been going on 3 years now. Yikes. Okay. Number 4, tea or coffee? It's coffee 95% of the time, and then sometimes I will have tea. I just automatically think about coffee, not tea. I grew up with tea for the most part, but then I got into coffee at 18, and I didn't know until my husband told me, because he has ADHD as well. But if you have ADHD and you're not medicated, you can drink anything that has caffeine in it. So actually, yes, tea could be, but I needed a lot of caffeine to then be able to sit down and pay attention to something. And so that was a Starbucks latte, grande latte, thank you. And then at first it was, oh my God, the coffee, because I'm 18. But by, I would say 23, let's say 23, not particularly feeling it anymore. It does help me wake up, and for about let's go with 45 minutes, I can pay attention. So then I'll have coffee just for 45 minutes to pay like really, really close attention to something, but it doesn't particularly last anymore. It does the focused time for 45 minutes, and it wakes me up in the morning. And it's just a great routine for me. I've gotten used to making my coffee and drinking it as I, do my work from home and all that stuff. I try to drink tea. It's just not in my mind. Number 5, what are you passionate about? Other than art, I would say mental health advocacy work. I volunteer to help those with OCD, PTSD mainly, and then there's always other mental illnesses or disorders or neurological disorders attached to that. I have 5 mental illnesses and ADHD. Stuff just tacks on, right? It is what it is. I have not met anyone that just has one thing. I'm sure they're out there. Statistically, they're probably out there. I have not. In the hundreds and hundreds of people that I've worked with, there's at least 3 things I had to think this through. 3. Yes, they have at least 3 things. I do that voluntarily. It's not every day. Sometimes I will take off because I'm just too stressed out in my personal life. And you have to be okay, at least okay, but you have to be fairly stable in multiple areas to do the advocacy work that I do. So yeah, there will be some stretches of time where I'm not doing it, but for the most part I am. And I think that it's really important. I've had people, many people say, if it wasn't for you and you being honest and upfront about XYZ, then I wouldn't have sought out help and I wouldn't be subclinical, and I'm in the best place of my life. And I just love hearing that, because I was in that situation as a younger adult. I'm 32 now, but I was lost. I was alone. I had no idea what was going on. And a couple of people on specifically an OCD forum told me, okay, this sounds basically like OCD. You need to do this, this, and that, and don't do this, this, and that, and go see a professional, and then, do a bunch of all this other stuff. And at first I was like, I don't like people telling me what to do, because I'm that type of person. It's a long story, but I'm very anti-authority. And I don't particularly like people telling me what to do in like a certain way. But I was desperate. I didn't want to feel this way anymore. And I could see a little light at the end of the tunnel because of these people that were better. And they did all this stuff that they mentioned me to do. So I did do that. And yes, I've been subclinical and in recovery for over 5 years now. But it took 6 years. Again, anti-authority. I was having problems listening to my therapist. But bless him, I've been seeing him for 12 years now. 13. It's been a hot minute, and he's still around. Thank you. Thank you so much. Number 6, do you have any pets? No, because we don't have a yard, and my husband and I are just too busy, and I don't think that would be fair. Number 7, what was your dream job as a child? And it was for a little bit actress, and then that turned into writer. I'm so not original. Number 8, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? I like the Pacific Northwest, so probably staying here. But if you mean like out of the country, I would go with Ireland. Yes. But I would have to have way more money because it's expensive there. And that's why I'm not trying to live anywhere else but where I am at. Can't move again. I just recently bought a house with my husband. We're here, okay? We're here for a long time. Number 9, do you speak any foreign language? No, I can barely speak English 50% of the time. That's mainly because I have a lot of speech impediments, and it just does not work with knowing a language. There was a point in my life where I could understand Spanish, but even that, like, I wasn't using it and I wasn't around people that were speaking Spanish, so that kind of fell off. I know about 60% maybe of, if I was listening to a conversation in Spanish, I would probably know 60%. And it used to be 90% of what they were saying. But yeah, I have trouble speaking in general. Even in English, I was not taught a lot. Set aside the speech impediments, I was not in a good school system for most of my life. They didn't teach phonics. They didn't teach you how to write out a sentence and what the rules are. They didn't teach me crap. I learned all that I learned from myself or from college. Yeah, not great. Not great. So I'm not surprised that if I'm struggling with English, I'm going to be struggling with other languages. So it's a big bummer, and that's one of many, many reasons why I don't like the public school system. And I'm just saying, I didn't like the public school system before it was cool. I remember getting a lot of crap from people saying that you don't know what you're talking about. I obviously know what I'm talking about. I had a crap experience with school. I was not taught anything, and the teachers were atrocious. Number 10, what music would we find in your collection? A lot of rock, metal, punk, Celtic music, a little bit of blues, country music, bluegrass. Yeah, that would be about it. Oh, and there's some pop songs. Look, if you are a great artist, it does not matter what genre you are in. I will listen and enjoy that music. Thank you so much for watching and sticking around for my rambles, but now you know a little bit more about me that isn't really writing involved. I will see you in the next video. Read, write, do whatever you need to do for self-care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!